Welcome back to the Injunuitive Podcast. I'm here with Jordan Bailey, cage fighter for Cage Warriors.
Just fighter. Cage Warriors is the promotion I fight for.
Okay. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Jordan Bailey. I started fighting professionally right around 18, 19. Started training a little bit before that. Proud Native American, Pomo, Yankton, Wailaki, Round Valley Reservation proud, I got a wife and a daughter that I'm fighting, and they're a big reason of who I fight for, to support them. Besides that, man, I'm a pretty normal guy, not too exciting, talk a little shit here and there, but it's just what's on my mind, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really consider it talking shit if I think it's true.
I feel that 100%, man. I always tell that to people, just if it's facts, it can't be,
Yeah, right.
Statement, if it's true,
it ain't no nonsense if it's facts, right?
Yeah. So I feel that I'm behind you on that.
Yeah, right.
So, how did you get started?
Man, so I got into a lot of trouble growing up. It's a little bit of a cliche story, right? A lot of fights, getting in trouble. Then my uncle, who I would stay with a lot, he actually put me in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class, and that class was located inside of a kickboxing gym. So they really had everything I needed to kind of get my career started. And within the first week, I was just hooked. I knew it was something I wanted to do, and it was something I was naturally good at.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, man, what was cool for me was I didn't really fit in school. I'm a weirdo, and there everybody's weird, man, and everyone's really accepting. And then also, dude, that was kind of the first place where people thought me being Native American was cool. I feel like, it's getting more and more accepted, but back then when I started, it was still like, people just like to make fun of it a lot. What wasn't widely accepted as much as it is now, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm, trying to do with this,
yeah, that's awesome.
Kind of spread more, there's still people that think that, we live in teepees somewhere. I've had people say that, people actually ask them, and it's kind of, I guess I get it, where if they're from an area where they're not used to seeing Native Americans, then it's kind of like where they've only seen us in movies or books, or their history book in 7th grade, like,
hey, just some bullshit they were told in school,
Yeah. So, that's kind of one of the things I like about this, is because, it's about the modern word, like the cage fighting. I've got, singers, musicians and stuff, to where it's like, we're out here doing all this different stuff, still keeping it tradition, but we are mixing in with everyday life.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like you said, it's cool to see, like, I don't know, I guess more in the media, like you got that show, Res Dogs or something like that on Hulu. Fucking love that show, dude. It's tight, little things like that. It's, like, it's kind of cool now, now you see a lot of people with like native tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I know some of it, like some people see it as disrespect and stuff, but if it's done right, I think it's really cool, man. I think it's cool to really be acknowledged, just as our people, and just see more of that around,
Especially like the director and stuff's also native, so it's
for sure.
The Hollywood stereotype of us was not good.
Nah. Hey, dude, they did good on that show, dude. Everything. I was telling my wife, dude, they did good on that show. It made me laugh, dude. They did good. Everything.
I'd say about 3 hours away from where they film it at.
Oh, that's what I was kind of thinking about too, is out there, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we actually play that town in football, and my town, we actually play that town over there.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff. So it's we know that area pretty good. I actually had the Mike and Funny Bone.
Oh yeah.
On episode 2, so you can probably check that out.
Dude, I'll have to check that out. For sure. I'll share that one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Just just seeing what everybody's doing out there. Like I would have never knew what, of course there's, I do, especially like about 2009, 2010, when that thing stuff just started booming. Everybody was doing MMA and stuff.
Yeah. That was a good time where it really blew up,
And how do you stay consistent with it? Like,
man, it's kind of one of those things. Like, for one, I love it. It's a passion. And two, dude, for a while, it's all I had. Like, a lot of the Indians around here. We got a lot of addiction problems, a lot of alcohol. And I was definitely one of those for a while. Fight camps were really the only thing that got me to get sober. Those 6 weeks in fight camp, it would help me clean my life up and really kept me alive for a while. And then now, dude, it's just something that I do that I love so much. I've really cleaned up my life. Been sober for a while now. I'm all about martial arts and my family, and what you give to martial arts, it'll give back to you tenfold. I truly believe that.
yeah,
Especially when you have nothing. It'll give you something.
well, that's good, man. Like, I like stories like that, and I think a lot of people, a lot of the listeners and stuff, they like to, especially natives and stuff, they like to hear that. And I know I like to, whether I know this person or not. You see on who was that guy? He used to go by Boont Gang, I guess. He used to do like these pranks and stuff on Facebook and stuff, and now you see his videos, and like he's changed his life to where he's more into church and all that stuff. And it was like the way he was going, man, like, he would just do stuff, the vines and videos and stuff. He was the guy that he would get a haircut by the barber and then he'd just run out.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, nothing really murdering people or nothing like that, but just like little just stuff like that. But now you see his videos, and he's, you could tell he's grown so much. He hit a different level in life where he's not like that anymore. And that's one of the things I like to bring up is, at some point in life, the old you dies. And now this is, and that's probably what you're talking about is, that was, and, you, every now and then you'll have somebody that brings up, the past.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, that was then, this is who I am now.
Yeah. That is true for sure. I didn't realize like how many people kind of can connect in that way, through that type of story. Because like I really, until the fight, that Cage Warriors fight, it's something I'm kind of embarrassed about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something I don't really like to bring up that much or talk about. But then, like, I got a ton of messages after that fight, man, of people telling me of just something they could relate to, or that they really enjoyed that story, my story of, just dealing with the overdose, like going to jail and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it gave me a different perspective on it for sure, especially if I can help someone that's in a bad situation, if they say, oh, like this guy, he can do it, maybe I can do it too. Like, for me, that's super cool. And like I said, it's nothing I ever really expected to really take off like that, because they ask you, they ask you when you're doing the Cage Warriors, they do a little bit of media and stuff, right? And they talk about a bunch of different things, about like things you've had to overcome, things like that. I mean, most of the shit I wrote about being Native American, and I was hoping they'd ask me a little more about that.
Yeah.
But but either way, it's cool. It's cool as long as I'm getting my story out there and stuff. I'm cool with that, and as much light that I can shine on Native Americans, I'd love to. I'd love to really get it out there for people.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Just show everybody that we're out here, you're doing this stuff, and like you said, you're helping other people, and that's kind of that would be awesome if somebody on here was like, hey, that guy you had on your show, you know, he talked about, you know, the way he was brought up and stuff, and that's how I grew up and stuff. And if he can do that, you know, maybe I can do this. And it maybe not be, you know, cage fighting and stuff, but just something that they want to do, but they never thought they were good enough.
Yeah, yeah, anything, you know?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. And really, man, I would say, especially for natives, you know, I feel like for not even comment sports or sports in general, dude, you have a lot of people that have extremely good genetics that just aren't being tapped into, you know, for whatever reason. They don't have the opportunity or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a couple natives that train MMA, and like everyone I've talked to says the same thing, dude. Like natives, like super strong, you know, we all hit hard, we're quick, and we got good endurance, you know.
Yeah.
I truly believe that we are really strong people, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that hopefully we can get more people getting into.
I think that's one of the goals for this is, like, you know, especially like the kids.
Yeah.
Happen to hear this, you know, and it's growing up, we didn't have as much, I guess, like, you wasn't able to see, like, I'd never be able to see anybody from California doing this, but now you have the internet and it's like, boom, you can look up a video.
Yeah.
And I started out like this, and this is where I'm at now. You know, you can start when when you graduate or whatever you're wanting to do, you can go do it.
Yeah, it's never too late, you know. Like you said, with the internet, you can really shine a light on whatever you want, and you can look for those positive influences, and you can find them.
And even if it's like, you know, say you want to run your own business, you can watch YouTube videos and get a lot of that stuff that, you know, they're gonna charge you thousands of dollars at school, because they really don't teach you how to start the business. They just teach you what you need to know if you're going to start one.
Yeah, and they make you pay some money for that too, you know.
Then at the end of the day, you're still like, well, how do I get this started? It's all
and really with the pandemic and stuff, people are paying to learn online anyways. You know what I mean?
So it's like, you know, you know, there's conferences for like managers and, you know, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be, you got to go to school, you got to whatever. If, you know, you don't have the budget to go to school and stuff or start a new trade or anything, there's these conferences where you can go get like management training and stuff. You know, it's going to be all these other, and that's where you network. That's where you find all these people that, hey, you know, get business cards, hand them out, boom, boom, boom. Well, hey, I met him over at so and so, and maybe you see him the next year, and then, you know, you see him at another conference, and hey, you're only you know, so far away from me. What do you think about, you know, would you be able to travel or relocate? You know, that's how you
plant those seeds, baby. You know,
just
got to spread a wide net.
Catch those fish. That's all it. And I think as natives, we kind of stay close to our, you know, we don't like to do that, and that's one of the things, you know, try to get out of our own way. Get out there and do it. I mean, you know, there's going to be people that tell you that you can't. You're never going to be a good fighter. You're never going to be, you know, whatever on that status, McGregor status, or anything like that. Or your podcast isn't going to be whatever. And I don't care. Like, I'm doing this for the people who want to listen to it. There's always somebody out there that will listen to it, that will watch your fights, that will pay the tickets to go watch you. You know, look at in OKC, we have that Lindy Waters, and I'm not sure what tribe he is, but he grew up in Oklahoma City, or Stillwater, I believe, which is a little bit north of Oklahoma City. But, you know, he has a story like that where he didn't give up on his dream. It was like a lot of stuff happened to where it didn't work out. You wasn't good enough this day. And he kept going and going until finally he got a call to start in the G League, and then finally he got a call from the actual team.
Hell yeah. And
so, you know, stuff like that where, you know, there's always going to be people there to tell you, no, you can't do that. You know, it's never been done or whatever. And a lot of it is because they don't have confidence in themselves. to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to get away from that, get away, get out of your own way, and sink or swim, but try it.
Yeah. Sometimes, like you said, sometimes you got to shut off all those voices and just listen to yourself and listen to the creator and have faith,
Yeah.
And that's just what you got to do sometimes. I mean, even my fight, I had a lot of people telling me I wasn't going to make weight, this and that. I won't necessarily do it that way again, but I made weight, and it wasn't easy, but I had faith in myself, and I had faith in that the creator would help get me through it. And lo and behold, we did.
Yeah. And got the win.
Yes, sir. First round, main event. Huge. It's huge.
What would you say is the hardest thing about competitive fighting?
The mental game, for sure. 100%. It's just the mental games, the mental warfare that goes on in your own head. You have to be confident, borderline cocky, but not too cocky, else you're going to get hurt. You're going to hurt yourself. You're not going to train hard enough. Yeah. But the mental game, for sure. I've seen a lot of people, man, a lot of great athletes come, they train, they just don't get it. And it's just because it's a mentality, everyone can be a good hammer. And I believe everyone can be a good hammer. When you're on top, it's great. Not everyone can be a good nail, strong nail, sometimes they break under pressure.
Yeah.
Like even the last side, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see that I was having trouble with for this fight, the day of the fight, but like I said, I had faith in myself. I had faith in the creator, and I truly believed I was going out there to win. And, I sometimes I just feel it, I have like thousands of years of strong ancestors behind me, strong people. They didn't make it all this way just for me to give up on myself. So you have to believe in yourself first and foremost.
I'm glad you said that, because one of the things, the past couple episodes I've been on is, we all know what our people went through.
Yeah.
It's like, what are, I challenge everybody, whoever's listening, what are you doing today that's making everything that they went through worth it? And it doesn't have to be
that's anything, a good point.
It doesn't have to be, this big thing, but, as far as, teaching kids the language or just something, helping out in the community.
Keep the traditions alive,
Yeah. And, I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things that I've kind of been on is like, what are you doing to kind of, anybody can stand around and say, point out the problem, but what are you doing to help?
Yeah. And that, that was kind of a theme of the fight camp. And, I know it may seem silly to some people. I know some people will understand it for sure, but there was a while where I wasn't winning fights. Part of it was, definitely just the drugs and alcohol really lessening me and myself as a man. But man, just having these beads, my cousin made this jewelry, dude. It just reminded me, like what we just said. It's more than just me out there. This is years of people surviving and learning how to survive and playing the cards they were dealt with that aren't always favorable. My cousin Jose Garcia, he made this, and I felt like it brought a lot of power with me out there when it was a face-off. When I was walking out there, like I said, I could feel it just behind here,
Yeah.
And that definitely brought me a lot of strength.
That's good, man. So you're out in California, right?
Yeah. I just moved all the way down to San Diego about last year.
Okay. So you kind of got the decent weather over there.
Oh yeah, it ain't bad. It's a little hot right now. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's a little hot because it's humid out here,
Yeah.
But it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. No, we're actually moving right now. I'm moving to a new apartment tomorrow, so we'll have a little bit of that AC. Should be cool,
Yeah.
Upgrades.
Yeah. So you were speaking about your family and all that, and we have talked before where you were saying, you also work, that's still, you're in between. You got your job, then you have your career as a fighter, and then you have your family. How do you separate there? How do you juggle all that?
It's not easy, man. And the same way I have to work mentally and physically on being a good fighter. You have to apply that across all aspects of your life, whether it be fighting or being a husband or being a father or being a coach at the gym I work at. I'm not going to fluff anything up. It's not easy, man. It's extremely hard. And I don't always succeed. I'm not always the best husband. I'm not always the best father. I'm not always the best fighter. Not every day anyways, but dude, just hard work and determination over everything, just move one foot in front of the other. I would say that I've been doing a lot of guided meditation and stuff lately, and that's really helped me with a lot of things, especially when it comes to handling certain situations with my daughter or my wife, and just being able to take a step back and see it from a different perspective besides my own. That's been a huge help. Other than that, man, I wake up at 5 a.m. almost every day. And when I'm in fight camp, I don't get done with practice until 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. So it's long days, and there's a whole bunch of things that I do in between all that.
That's good. Like that's one of the things that people, need to hear, like, especially if they're trying to get into it, they just see the fighting. They don't see all the stuff that you have to do, and they just see the lights and hey, I get to punch people, I get to all that, and somebody thinking that they might want to get into that, it's like, hold up, like there's a whole bunch of other stuff that behind the scenes.
You're gonna need a whole lot of hard work, man. The fight was like 42 seconds, so a lot of people are like, oh dude, that's got to be the easiest fight you've ever had. Dude, that was the hardest fight of my whole career, and it wasn't the fight itself. It was everything that led up to that, all the pressure, like I said, if I lose that fight, I gotta find something else to do for my family, it would be too long of a road to come back from 3 losses in a row like that. And especially in the main event, and like I said, it's one of those things, if I go one way, it's a totally different direction. The way I went and just really shot me up big time.
Yeah. And it's like, do you kind of feel like it's all downhill from here? Like, it kind of like that, you were talking about the pressure, it's everything's just, you're coming off these losses, and it's just like, we're going to get there. Like, you got to keep telling yourself, we're going to get there. Do you feel like once you won that, it's kind of like, okay, like, until the next time we got to go uphill, like for right now, all that pressure is off, like I'm back in the win column?
There's definitely some of that, as far as like a sense of relief, like, okay, man, because there's always things that you believe in your heart and that but until you go out there and show them to everyone, it doesn't really matter what you tell yourself or what you tell other people at the gym. It's all kind of fluff. So there was a sense when I won of like, there's always a sense of relief after a fight, whether you win or lose. There's a sense of relief of like, all right, now I got a week to kind of recollect, But as far as the pressure building up, it's only going to go up from here, right? The stakes are only going to get bigger. The paydays will only get bigger. The fights will only get tougher. So there's no coasting as far as that goes. Still got to work hard every day to put food on the table for my family.
Yeah.
Big time, man. Big time. But I love it. When I accepted the fight, it was cool because like it was kind of a big fight for our gym, So everyone was like kind of talking. I kind of love it, dude. I love the pressure. I love the attention, I love being out there under the lights. If I'm being honest, dude, I love it all. I hate it too, like
It's kind of like that. This is what we're here for. Like, this is what we want. This is, you never want to say, nah, I'll just take the lower card. I'll be all right with like, this is, you want that chance to, on the big stage, the main event, where everybody, they stayed all night, and this is it. This is the end of the fight. The end.
You got to stay there all night as a fighter, getting ready for it too. You see people come back. Some people are going in the ambulance. Some people got a busted face. Some people still kind of knocked out, trying to like find themselves. So you got to see all that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'd never even thought about that.
Oh, bro, it was so bad, dude. I mean, I don't think the kid is gonna watch this, but one of the kids that fought in the card, he got like knocked out or something. And dog, he was back there crying the whole time, dude. And like, listen, you know, like I get, you know, you're sad after a loss, whatever. But one, you're like on the undercard, dog. Like you can still fix your career. And two, you know, lick your wounds and be proud, dude. Have a little pride in yourself. Go cry at home or something, you know. This is kill or be killed, dude. No one's here to feel sorry for you. And why are you trying to bring everyone's energy around you down? You know, that was something that bothered me. But, you know, looking back, I was like, damn, dude, like that was nuts. He stayed back there for what? The card started at 5. We all had to be there at like 4:30 or something like that. And dude, he was back there until like 2 fights before I fought. Like, dude, just walking around being nuts and stuff. I was like, bro, come on.
It's not gonna change the
not
gonna change the outcome.
Imagine your grandparents are watching you right now, man.
That's one time I used to rap and stuff, and we had like a local show here, and that's kind of how that was. And maybe it's the same feeling of you're watching everybody else, and you know, it was just at it was an open event. Like we're all just kind of back behind the stage, and they call the next person up. They go up there and they do their 15-20 minutes, and then they're like, all right, you know, you're getting ready.
Because you can hear the crowd, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they're calling them, and then they'll be like, all right, you got 3 people, and you're like,
oh shit.
You know, am I ready for that? You know, I gotta, do I remember my own words, like my own songs, you know,
that I've been writing and saying for the past however long.
It's just like that moment, and maybe it's the same thing. It's like you got to check yourself. Are you, hey, are we good? You know, remember this, remember that, remember, you know,
just
like,
running it flustered. I think any type of live performance, you're gonna get that, you know. Especially when it's something you care about, man. It's an art that drives you, you know.
What advice would you give to someone looking into getting into this lifestyle? Because it is a lifestyle. Like it's, you know, not something you can just put down and, you know, 2 weeks later I'll pick it back up and you know.
You know, man, if it's something you're getting into as far as just martial arts in general, whether you want to be a professional fighter or not, I would say just put in the time, put in the hours, you know. Just because you love martial arts and you love training doesn't mean you necessarily are going to be world champion or be a pro fighter. You can do it just because you love it, you know, and it takes a lot of pressure off of it. I'd be lying if I said, you know, every day is like sunshine, rainbows, and I love it every day. There's some days I hate it, you know, but it is something I love at the end of the day. And someone that's looking to try it out, you know, go at your own pace. Don't look at other people's progression. Just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself more than anybody else, and just be consistent. There's a lot of value that comes from hard work, you know. I would say consistency over everything, you know, and I said it a little bit earlier, but whatever you give to the art, whatever you give to the mat, it will give you back tenfold. Just be patient and, you know, stick to the route, train hard, you know.
What's your favorite thing about it? Like, you know, for me, I would think, you know, I've never done it, so it would be like, you know, well, getting to beat the shit out of people, you know, but you know, it may be something deeper than that for you.
You know, I've thought about that a lot, about what it is specifically that always brings me back to this. You know, I think at first, like I said, just kind of being accepted was really big for me. Something I really loved, and it's kind of weird, right? But I think it let me take the pain that was inside and, you know, it let me put it out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, over time it's changed. I think the ability to express myself in a unique way, you know, like I said, it's kind of my art form. It's a violent art form, but it is the best way I can express myself is just through training, through fighting, and you know, just like I said, letting everything in here that hurts and just kind of letting that out. That's something that I feel like is just always that attraction there for me. Now that, you know, I've really cleaned my life up and put it all back together, there's still a little bit of that. It's a little different, right? A little bit different ways. But just the ability to express myself physically, I think that's what, at the end of the day, keeps me coming back.
That's good. Like, that's got to be like the main reminder. Like you said, it you know, you're gonna have your days where it's just, you know, this sucks. This didn't work out. You know, maybe you're running late and you didn't get as much time in the gym as you would like to. You know, something. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, everybody's got appointment times, or, you know, something. You know, you don't have much time, you know, till somebody else comes in. So it's like you ran late, your time is still done at, you know, this. But that's good. Just it shows, you know, your growth inside, in your own head, I guess, you know, because, you know, you were talking about that's how it started, was just getting to take that anger and stuff out. But now it's kind of like there's more to it. It's kind of like you've elevated, you know, you've grown, I guess, just mentally, into where you've learned to harness that aggression and stuff, and now you can decipher to use it however you want to.
It really opens up a lot more avenues when you learn to control yourself, you know. Keeps you a lot happier, keeps the people around you a lot happier, I'm sure, you know. But I would for sure say there's been a huge mental growth from the time I started to now, especially if you ask the people around me. Yeah.
Would you say, you know, coming out of that lifestyle to this, do you have to change the people you have around you? Like, do you? Like,
for sure.
That, like, you know, people that just, they have to get out of town. They have to, you know, I can't stay here because I know too many people in this, you know, I'm just gonna go back to whatever I was doing before. So they end up just, they have to go somewhere. And a lot of them that succeed like that, because that's one of the things, is they're so used to getting in, you know, staying in that circle, that it always comes back around to this circle. No matter what they try, they stay in the same town and stuff.
Yeah, listen, man, I didn't move 500 miles away for no reason. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of people I still talk to, and I still have a lot of love for, you know, but you really are, whether you know it or not, going to be influenced about who you're around every single day, you know, whether it be negative, positive, whatever. You want to be around people who have like-minded goals, you know, and that's not to say you can't do it. You know, maybe you can. I really feel like anything's possible when you put your mind to it, you know?
Yeah.
But really, it's just like, why make it harder for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Why not be around that guy that wants to run the extra 5 miles at the end of the day, you know, instead of the guy that maybe just wants to go have a couple beers.
Yeah.
Like I said, it'll make things easier, right?
Yeah. Like I've been like watching a lot of videos and stuff, just inspirational, you know, videos and stuff about starting businesses and just different stuff like that. And that's one of the things they talk about is, you know, just because it's your dream, it doesn't mean it's their dream. So they're not going to be behind you 100% on what you're wanting to do, because they're not interested in that, you know. And it's no fault of theirs.
Behind you when you start making money, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll be there when it's time to have a good time and stuff. But when it's the late nights and the, you know, struggling to get this done and struggling to do this, you know, you got to be ready to do it on your own.
Yeah.
But, you know, they'll always be there when it's time to, hey, you know, everything's going good, we're going to grill out, we're going to have some, you know, I'll be there, man. I'll be there.
Yeah, for sure they will, you know. And you know, they might be hating on you when you're putting those extra hours in too, you know. So That's how life is. That's how people can be, you know?
Yeah.
Especially people that have a lot of self-hatred, I found.
Yeah. And that, that goes back to, a lot of the stuff they're not confident in themselves to do. They have nothing. Like, there's not one particular thing that they can choose that, hey, I'm going to try this. It's like they have nothing. And so they don't want
it's that insecurity.
Yeah. Like they don't want you to do it because they can't figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep, the crab effect. What is it?
Crabs in the bucket.
Yeah, crabs in the bucket.
Yeah.
I don't care, as long as you're down here, I'm okay. Don't, especially, you grow up in the same town, went to the same school, same grade, everything. And it's like, you can't be like that. That's one of the things that natives too we tend to be like that, towards so. Oh, that's so-and-so.
And they always bring up some old shit you did that you want to forget about. And you're like, man, fuck you.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the deals I'm trying to put on here is like, we got to get out of that. We already have enough tearing us down. Like we need to unite. Like no matter what, we need to stick together. That's the only thing.
Raise each other up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
And especially like, native owned businesses and stuff, small businesses, whether it's beadwork or anything like that, we tend to kind of want a better deal. If I can go to Walmart and get this for, $10 cheaper, then I'm going to do that. But it's, you're helping this person out. This is their livelihood. This is handmade. This is authentic.
Yeah. You're helping support a dream, besides anything else.
And it's like, we got to get out of that. We want to see native owned businesses out and about, but it starts with us. Like, you have to, don't worry about that extra $5 that you're going to have, they don't get the deals that Walmart gets. And
yeah. That extra couple bucks you're going to save on that.
Yeah. Cause I used to be like, heck no, I'm going to Walmart or whatever. But now, growing up, it's like, well, they're trying to do something with their life. They're trying to build something. And once I got to that level, it was like, well, heck, so am I. So, like you said, whatever you give, that's what you get. Like it's gonna come.
Damn, you got me feeling bad now because I never really thought about that. Because every powwow I go to, bro, I be trying to haggle every single thing. Now you got me thinking about that. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Growth, brother. Growth. Like,
hey, it's a step up I got to take from here on out.
Yeah, like small things, progressive things daily. Just one thing. Find something that a lot of it with me was just being negative.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff, and it was just like, what, I don't want to be like that no more. I always look at the glass half full instead of
find that silver lining. You know what I'm saying?
And so that was my whole big deal. But everybody's got their own, and I was just like that too. I was like, I ain't paying for that. I'm not. But now I've had to tell myself that, well, this is what they do. I have an aunt that she does that, she goes around different powwows and stuff, and she makes the beadwork and stuff. She sells and it, that's her small business. So it's when you see it on the other side, it's like, and then you see an asshole like me, be like, fuck that, I ain't paying that. Like, you son of a bitch.
Come on, let me get this for $15.
Yeah, come on,
this
man.
abalone looks a little chipped here and there,
Yeah. I can tell this ain't authentic. This ain't no.
Like, hey, did you find this yourself or did you buy it online?
Yeah. So I mean, just little stuff like that. I think everybody can take daily steps forward.
Yeah.
So shed.
This one fighter, his name's Benson Henderson. I think he might actually be native too. He's out in Arizona. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. He was like lightweight champion of the world and stuff, but he always said 1% better every day. Just 1%, not much, just 1%, 0.1%,
Yeah.
And that's better than staying stagnant or going negative,
Yeah. So, that's kind of one of the things I'm putting out, just one step forward, man. Just
whatever
it is,
I like
find something. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to change your whole personality overnight, but just little stuff. One podcast I listened
we'll
to.
get that hashtag going. I'll be tagging all my stuff in that.
Yeah, like one step forward, man.
Yeah, one step forward. I like that.
This podcast I listened to, it's called The Mentor Mind State. And he talks about, a lot of mental stuff with him is you can't control your first thought, but you can control your second. Like sometimes stuff just pops in your head and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even know this person, but shows up with the craziest haircut and you're like, look at that goofy son,
Yeah.
Like, why did I say that? I don't even know the guy. Yeah, that's basically what he's like. So what he's working on now is like when he gets that first thought, his second thought is to shoot it down. Like, no, we're not doing that,
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, for sure. Sometimes I'd be having thoughts. I'm like, damn, dude, I need to chill
out. Like, I don't even know this guy. Like, he's probably a pretty good person. He's
right.
But
just start hating for no reason.
Yeah, it's inside your own head just because. And so, like I said, one step forward.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just one step forward, one day at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day,
Yeah, like it just little by little. As natives, we can do a lot.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I don't want to be sounding like racist or anything like that, but I truly believe natives. That we all have something special inside of us.
Yeah.
Just through everything that our ancestors went through, I feel like there's that little extra edge.
Yeah. And we can do everything. Like, we have artists, people that can draw. I can't draw to save my life.
Me either. Don't worry.
I sing, play instruments, DJ, like anything like that, music wise stuff. I'm all about it. I can do it.
Yeah.
But to get a pen and a paper and draw SpongeBob, I can't do it. And it's like,
yeah. Might end up with a circle and some holes in it.
Yeah. And it's like, well, maybe that's what it's like for, people that come up to me and, how do you sing? How do I, I can't tell you. It's just something I can do. And
hey, I couldn't carry a note in a briefcase, dude. I have no idea how people be singing and stuff, so I feel it on that one. I wish I could sing. I mean, I still do. I don't know if my wife likes it that much, but I still do,
Well, mine, she gets I always tell her she always gets the crappy concerts.
She gets hey, all the stuff you're working through,
right?
Yeah,
all the stuff I'm trying to, work on this song, trying to make sure I can hit this note and hold this note and stuff. So she gets all the, all that stuff. And then everybody else gets to see the after I've done put all the time and effort and stuff in, they get to hear the clean cut. Yeah. And that's probably what it's like, fighting, everybody gets to see the fight, but back home, they get to see everything that you had to do, the late night,
the diet, the runs, everything, man, everything. Yeah, it's tough.
No pizza, no Indian taco.
Hey, I didn't eat pizza for like 6 or 7 weeks. And then the weight cut was so hard, bro. Like I didn't get a cheat meal for like 3.5 weeks, basically. Yeah. I had to super strict diet. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. It was tough. I'm gonna keep my weight lower this time. Lifting less weights, a little more running and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, the diet is rough. The diet is super rough.
That's crazy. Like no pizza, no fry bread.
Oh man, no fry bread. Hey, that fry bread's like glue sometimes though in those intestines, and it'll jack me up, dude.
Take it all in a, what do you call that? Take it all in ratio, just not too much.
Speaking of fry bread, real quick, if you're in California going to any of the powwows, look out for Wailaki's Indian Tacos. That's my family's food booth. They've been running it since before I was born. We're always up and down all the powwows in California. So look out for the red Wailaki's Indian Tacos.
Wow.
Best fry bread around. You ain't gonna get no ricochet distance on those fry breads. They're nice and soft.
Sweet. Now that's one of the things I kind of want to do with this is like, know different people in different areas to where maybe I do hit up California for a powwow. Just I'm gonna be out
Dude,
that
hey,
way.
That would be sick if you just interviewed a bunch of different Indians at all the different powwows.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be sick. Just do little 5-minute thing, 2-minute things, ask them about their lives.
Yeah.
That would be tight, dude. I don't see anyone doing that right now. That would be sick.
That's kind of why I just started this. Like it was on a whim. It was just like I wanted to be the first one. Like I would, that was the whole deal. We don't have anything like this to where we can show you from California out here to people in Oklahoma. They'd never see anything, through as many videos as TikTok and Instagrams there are out there. You got a better chance of winning the lottery than to come across your video, or even your name or anything like that. So it's kind of like now whoever's listening, they're going to look up your name, and they're hey, you're from California, you won this fight, and now they know another person. They know, and it's just connect the dots, connect
little connections.
And I think that would be cool, just to at some point just to be able to pack up. Hey, I'm going to be out and so I'm even at a powwow, get a booth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That'd be tight.
Build up a following here and come up there.
Hey, if you can make it out to Sacramento in August, my grandma runs a powwow out here. I'll see if I save you a spot.
All right. I don't know if I'll be able to do August.
Yeah, it's a little close.
But maybe hopefully like next year, build this up this year.
Hey, like you said, one step forward at a time,
Forward, man.
That's over 365 steps right there. Imagine that.
Yep. Let's see what else. Is there a goal cap? Like is there do you do it just because you love it, or is there I'm making this much per fight and I'm winning? And basically what I'm asking is there ever going to be like a cap of, hey, I've made enough, put my body through enough, this is going to be my last one, and I'm going to retire?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a financial cap, maybe a physical cap, if I'm feeling something. My daughter comes first over everything. I want to make sure I can, see her have kids and see her grow old. So that's first, and taking care of my wife, of course. So it'd be a physical cap over everything. As far as financially, I ain't greedy, but I ain't trying to not make that much,
Yeah.
Like whatever I make, I also want to give back too, I want to start building these MMA gyms out here on these reservations and get some of these kids to work, keep them busy, give them something to look forward to, but yeah, I would say it'd be more of a physical and health cap more than anything. Yeah, I don't want to retire anytime soon. I'm having so much fun finally getting everything rolling, getting back to it. I want to provide for my family doing this. So it would be definitely more of just, my body can't take it, my brain, whatever, more than anything else.
All right. How can people get find you? Social media, all that.
Social media on Instagram, I think it's the Sleeping Bull. I think it's like the dot period sleeping period bull. I'm fairly certain. And then I have Twitter. I'm not on there much, mostly on Instagram and Facebook, and just Jordan Bailey on Facebook, I want to say.
Yeah, it's the.sleeping.bull. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So they're on Instagram, Oh, well. Okay. And then just Jordan Bailey on Facebook or something, but probably mostly Instagram, really. I try not to spend too much time on social media, but yeah, give me a follow. I'll give you a follow. Chat me up, and maybe we'll play video games or something, or if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them for anyone listening.
Another thing I'd heard, or those podcasts talk about, is they kind of teach or tell you to stay off social media as much as possible, because that kind of drain, and I've done it where you start watching videos or you start watching this, and next thing you know, it's been 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't even realize
Easy.
like,
Easy.
sitting there scrolling, and there's always more. And it's like, you spent half your day on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that, when you could have done something progressive. You could have took that step forward. And that's what they kind of preach about, is, that just gets in the way. Like, yeah, it's fine. You want to check your daily, who tagged me and then whatever, that's fine. But limit it to where that's it. Check it in the morning and leave it alone.
Yeah. I think there's a certain amount of almost like fulfillment and artisticness that comes from being bored, forcing your mind to get creative that way, not being kind of fed whatever social media is trying to feed you,
What's one thing you wish you would have known when you first got started?
One thing, I mean, there's a lot of things, but really I would say one thing is that, the partying, the drinking, all that stuff is just so overrated. You're not missing out on anything. You're just destroying your life, maybe destroying other people's lives in the process. And like some people kind of told me that, but I didn't really listen to it or fully grasp it or understand it, and just how much bad it can do. But I would say that's the main thing. That there's no shortcuts. And that all that extra stuff, it's not necessary. It's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to make you a better person. It's really not going to do anything besides negatives. And really, out of all the times like I went partying, I barely remember any of them. There's none that I'm like, oh dude, I was so glad I went there, went that. Even like the biggest parties and whatever craziest times I had, I'm just like, it's just so immature and so stupid.
I think
don't get lost in the sauce. That's what I'll say.
It's very easy. Like, it's, you don't think about it, and that can delay your stuff.
Oh yeah.
Your progress easily. You're supposed to be thinking of this and doing this or whatever, but you went and got smashed.
Past, and now the next couple of days are ruined. Maybe you end up in jail.
I used to hate. I would not wake up till like 6 o'clock the next night. And it's like I wasted that whole freaking day. Like, and it's time to go.
Then your schedule's messed up for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go. It's almost time to go back to bed. Like, I missed a whole day just being unconscious to the world. Like,
just sleeping through it. And then how much can you get done in the middle of the night? Maybe a couple things at home, but really, not as much as you can during the day.
Yeah. That's all the questions I got, man. I'll be kind of keeping track of you. See, maybe we'll have you on another time.
Yeah, same. I was gonna say I'd love to do this sometime again. Maybe catch up again and just talk. Yeah, you're a fun guy to talk to, so I enjoy doing this.
I'm gonna try to get in the gym too, man. I got to do something. I got to get off my butt.
Yeah. Do it, man.
One step forward, man.
One step forward. But yeah, man, it was awesome talking to you, brother.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to tell anybody out there? Just any of the listeners, anything, leave them with something positive.
I like the one step forward thing. I would say hard work. Don't forget, hard work's important. I don't know why, I feel like that gets lost a lot these days. There's a big thing of like, I don't know, people don't want to get taken advantage of, just because you're working a job somewhere that maybe you don't like doesn't mean you shouldn't be working hard at it. Focus on your dreams, focus on yourself, but don't forget, hard work is one of the most important things you can have as a human being. I feel like you need that, what's the word I'm looking for? That resilience. You need to be able to have that resilience. So work hard in things you hate, and it will make you that much better at the things you love.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
One step forward, man.
One step forward, baby.
I'll be checking back with you. Let me know. Hit me up. Shoot me a message if you end up getting another fight or anything like that.
Heck yeah, man. You already know.
For you. But yeah, we'll get you on here another time, man. Just
dude,
kick it. Maybe I'll, be all.
Yeah, you'll be all jacked up. Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
All right. Have a good evening.
Have a good one, brother.
Man.
I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.